Morning, everybody. I want to read for you a little passage from one of the Gospels of Jesus and what he did when he was on the earth and walked with his friends and with the crowds. The Lord be with you. This is a reading from the Gospel, the Holy Gospel, the Good News according to Mark. A few days later, Jesus went back to Capernaum, and the news spread that he was at home. So many people came together that there was no room left, not even out in front of the door. Jesus was preaching the message to them when 4 men arrived, carrying a paralyzed man to Jesus. But because of the crowd, however, they couldn't get the man to him. So they made a hole in the roof right above the place where Jesus was, and when they had made an opening, they let the man down, lying on his mat. And seeing how much faith they had, Jesus said to the paralyzed man, "My son, your sins are forgiven." Some teachers of the law who were sitting there thought to themselves, "How dare he talk like this? This is blasphemy. God is the only one who can forgive sins." But at once Jesus knew what they were thinking, so he said to them, "Why do you think such things? Is it easier to say to this paralyzed man, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or to say, 'Get up, pick up your mat, and walk'? I'll prove to you then that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins." So he said to the paralyzed man, "I tell you, pick up your mat and go home." The Gospel of the Lord. Just a little thought on this, our first day, where we're talking about communities of service, and specifically on the first day, communities of service in the community of our friends. You'll all know, we all do, whether we're adults or young people, the school is for many more things than just the subjects you learn. Yes, you'll learn about maths and literacy and numeracy and history and all sorts of other things. But we experience many things in school that opens us up beyond our immediate families where we've spent the first years of our lives. And we all know in school we can experience new friendships, some of which will last for all of our lives, and sometimes we can get hurt in the groups that we mix with in school as well. Because not everyone's life or home is the same. People live in different circumstances from the ones that you or I grew up in. So in our community of friends, I hope we can learn to understand, appreciate, to cherish differences, rather than to be afraid of people who are different or bring different talents. We can learn to work with others, to have good friends, to do things together as teamwork. We can learn what a team can do, a group can do, above and beyond what an individual can do. We have a good example of that friendship in our gospel today. Jesus really wanted the best. These men who carried the paralyzed man wanted the very best that they could get for this man. They even wanted to take the roof off the house where he was staying in order to let him down through the roof. They wanted desperately to do the best because they loved their friend and they wanted to get healing for them. So perhaps on this first day, you might pray for the ability to be a good friend, the ability to choose wisely and have good friends. And like the people in the gospel, don't be afraid to go the extra mile with them and for them.